Saturday, of course, here, and welcome to TVC Breakfast Saturday. I am Kemi Fola Ademo with the one, the only Emmanuel Ajayi.
A very good morning to you, Kemi.
And how are you? How was your week?
Nigerians, fantastic, great, and I'm so excited once again to be here. It is the last Saturday in the month of January, and the days are counting by the day, and Nigerians, well, whatever you are not doing at the moment, you better start doing it so that you will not start talking cat and bull stories when it's the end of the year,
right,
to start saying, oh, what did you achieve? So it is the last Saturday. The next time we'll
just
be here
like
again,
that,
it will be a new month.
the first Saturday in the second month.
Yeah.
And you know, a very key advice that you gave, talking about the year is already up and running, 4 weeks and counting. But then did you get the sense that January, as always, was the longest part?
There's this perception that they will tell you that January is the
longest
month. And you keep wondering,
year.
because you know sometimes when you get your salary in the second week of December, and you keep wondering, what happened? How will I survive January? And well, it is the last Saturday in the month of January 2025. Go out there, break new grounds, ensure you do things great for yourself. Do not wait for anyone. I keep telling people, do not settle for less. Be the best and not the rest. A success and not a failure. Welcome once again to Saturday TVC Breakfast Saturday. And we're here to give you the blow-to-blow account on the program this morning.
Right. You remember what we always say, it's that program where if you bat an eyelid, you just might miss a crucial part of the show because, of course, you know that the TVC Breakfast Saturday program gives you what you always say, the blow-by-blow account of, you know, the major stories of the week, some of the major stories of the week. And, of course, we bring you highlights, key happenings in the world of sports and entertainment. You all know how fast-paced, you know, the world of news is. And Saturday, we try to make sense of some of the big news of the week. So once again, welcome on board. In the news at this time, President Bola Tinubu has commended the intervention of the Finnish government, this with the arrest and detention of Simon Ekpa, alleging or saying that the government will not tolerate actions and statements that could lead to disunity. President Tinubu was speaking when he received letters of credence from the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Sana Selin, at the State House in Abuja. The president commended the Finnish authorities for the timely intervention that safeguarded the nation's integrity and mitigated an action that threatened peaceful coexistence. President Tinubu also received letters of credence from the ambassador of the European Union, Gauta Mignot, and the ambassador of the People's Republic of Algeria. The president says the ambassador's priorities, including ICT, agriculture, and education, will directly impact the country's development. Well, the ambassador of Finland extolled the president for his courage in initiating reforms that will benefit the economy and ensure prosperity in the future.
Breaking news. Breaking news: as a rock in the great distress as Finland allegedly pulls out from the Bilateral agreement with the Nigerian zoo. You know, Finland government automatically have been on recession. And I'll be talking about the propaganda and disturbance this particular Nigerian media have caused to us, the Biafrans. You can see what is happening at TVC. So the main reason this ambassador of Finland to Nigeria came to Nigeria is because of Simon Ekpa. So you are telling me that the main reason this woman came to Nigeria to meet with this so-called Tinubu is because of Simon Ekpa. So Simon Ekpa have blocked the relationship between the Nigerian government and the Finnish authorities. That is what the Nigerian media is trying to tell us. That is what the Nigerian media is trying to tell us, because we know who is funding who. Nigeria government have secretly been funding the Finnish authorities regarding Martin Simon Ekpa's case, because everything now is pure political. Everything now is pure political. That is why Finland have to pull out from this agreement. They really need to pull out from this agreement with the Nigerian state, because Nigeria will drag them to the mud. Nigeria is ready to drag them to the mud if they don't pull out from this rubbish agreement they have with the Nigerian state. Because you need funding, that is why you have to sell your own. You have to sell your own. You have to believe the Nigerian government and believe the Nigerian authorities telling you that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist when they have so many terrorists within them. So, Finnish authorities, you are dragging yourself to the mall with the Nigerian government. Nigeria will stand your government. Nigeria will stand everything. The whole respect the world have for Finnish authorities, Nigeria will take you guys to the mall. So, be careful with the kind of agreement you sign with the Nigerian government. Flying to come to Nigeria to come and meet Tinubu, you as an ambassador, you never asked him serious questions regarding the evidence he's providing against Simon Ekpa. Then they are telling you that Simon Ekpa has been the one blocking their relationship with the Finnish authorities, which is foul. Which is foul. Because you think you can use Simon Ekpa to dodge everything you want to dodge. But you have been exposed and you have come to light. Now, I'll be sharing a voice note now so that you can understand what we're talking about. So you can understand that these people are trying to use us as jokes. Finnish authorities and the Nigerian government, they are doing a political agreement. This is no more about ICC or about UN or about anything. This is a political movement. The Nigerian government funded the Finnish authorities, funded a particular political party that made this particular arrest of Simon Ekpa, that interrogated and held Simon Ekpa on hostage for a very, very long time. Nigerian government have been funding this arrest with the help of the Southeast governors, with the help of the Southeast politicians, with the help of even Bianco Ojukwu. They all signed together to make sure that they deal with Simon Ekpa. So they want to start the extradition process. That is what we are going to talk about now. You can check back our previous videos where we explain why Simon Ekpa can never be extradited to Nigeria, why they have been trying so hard to make sure that they serve them Simon Ekpa on a platter of gold. That is what they have been doing, and they have failed. Now, listen.
African states is highly concerned about the continued detention of the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. And we have, therefore, had a board meeting and we've done an investigation of his detention as well as the detention of Biafra's best ally, Ayaba Cho Lucas of Amazonia, who is also detained on similar charges in Norway. And we've looked into this, and the Organization of Emergent African States has come to some conclusions, and we're issuing a public declaration today regarding your Prime Minister, as well as Ayaba Lucas Cho. There's these two cases are linked. As you know, Prime Minister Ekpa was taken into custody by the Finland authorities, and he remains there under investigation. What you may not know is the conditions of his detention are very harsh. Solitary confinement. His access to the outside world is limited. So we know this because we have debriefed 3 of the other 4 detainees who have since been released. There's very serious concerns on the part of the OES about how they were treated. So this was done, and we believe the conditions that Cho are imprisoned under in Norway are quite similar. In Norway and Finland, of course, they could imprison people, detain people, they call it, on remand, almost indefinitely while they continue to investigate the allegations. The main concern, besides the conditions of the OAS, which we are very distressed about, the main concern is how these allegations against Cho and Ekpa came about, and who was behind these.
Exactly.
Was it the government of Finland and Norway? No, they are complicit in this, but we know that in August, a delegation of Nordic ministers, including the foreign minister of Finland, went to Abuja, where they met with representatives of Nigerian government and ECOWAS. And at that time, it was noted that in the Nigerian press, the foreign minister of Finland was quoted as saying that she would soon have Simon Ekpa arrested. Now, at the time, the Prime Minister was aware of that, and we just kind of wrote that off. Simon Ekpa, he's an EU citizen. This cannot happen. This is just the Nigerian press. But what was that?
Times. I follow me, Neloyanya, which no come awful, not knowing non que come oche, hello. There. Because I'm on life and not Chelsea so to know him, my fan, but I say life a punk up for life and name and discuss here with you. Huh? Oh, we didn't collect here because some people 1 night woke up on them. Because in Hanin and I trained in no trend, even the Finland, Chola Belame with the Tunubu. In Finland, they be me with the Tunubu. In Finland, they be me with the Tunubu. Number 1 in Finland, they be me with the Tunubu. Come on, here, the only thing this each ask so when you're in Finland, this one, here, each. So say, by way, been on us, organ. I can 1 night woke up on Keta. This woman died of which Hannah Tunubu, Finland ambassadors, according to Tunsi, were for and the Mekone inquiry. The first Finland ambassador, Tenoya Abugo. Then Kanyan Kajano Ken Nochiziri Anyaya, which in her signed a contract. Also, one of we are with Jeno Bodo. Come on, Abia Zelene, or Dopun, or Duzeko, will he fall so quite know if anyone Chichambasa has signed up all sorts of Finland, the sign on our war. Oh, another country, Hannah Tunubu sign of college, Meparaji sentence, which in Abia court of Punke in Kende, Abia court of Punke in Kende, Finland, the Gosin cause Emachapale Gosipa. Ebonyo also don't go near lab, but if I make what I sentence down a Finland for Anna, make what I sentence Tunubu, Nande Finland, me, yeah, way Bassi, in ambassador, new ambassador in the Finland, new ambassador in the Finland. No, Nigeria, il president, away made the the one in his up. I kid you for no Bianco no. Why couldn't you wait for Bianco no ever? So for more on what I need to know, no matter how selecting when the kids is signed, be a blue sign and alcohol go see, pay go see, can't pull your office get up. So I sign on alcohol go say goes because of your name and Kaji. Okay, yes, no, Jilly, okay, forgo. So I follow more if wait for John for that, please. I want have Nigeria with Finland or Duzeko with you also. Nigeria and Finland they make off before, but I had you embassy. I don't have diplomatic distance. I don't know how to Vumbunola. I want to get a Kavea Hanozi. So, go no half a one of our, even one of our Nigeria and them flying ambassador Finland or Wednesday or no. Uno Bia. And I'm Mokano. Come on, as the woman also, which we don't care. As so the woman no solo. Here in Nanya, the area. Or what everything can go, always open a Nigerian will go, when you coach go, then can use money to buy anything, then can you just use money, transfer white to black, then can use money, man, willing keg and I go to Unwilling kego and I go to we believe even also kwa sokowa na Finland always kwe na ọgwụ ndị Fulani hasi na nke yes na ndị Finland gbara nkịtị ọtụ ha unu watch ife our COS kwuru n'abalị ọsọ ihe kwuru ka na-ekwu all said that na yesterday also that na Albertobia will join us very soon all ihe kwuru na ya join us very soon na Finland na-eme ọfụma na ọ na-asị na Nigeria unu oche na Finland dịka Nigeria unu oche na Finland were a corrupt country na Nigeria is not a corrupt country no Finland is not a corrupt country emecha baba ije court nka na adaso na Nigeria is not a corrupt anyị eje court ya keta fe baba ndo tie mana nke ahụ problem na onye episode is yesterday that Finland is not a corrupt country like Nigeria. Or if that Albertobia will join us very soon. I want our COS Okudo to go see no reformer, go see no information because all are very, very clear. And Otosi we Munga will hope Otago because Otosi go see that no information, the very important on what so. And the end of Biafran, so on Bari, Finland. On Bari is Finland. To be sincere to you, on your one Bari Finland, they make mistake. Man, on make it up at Obie. On Bari is in Finland. I found the reason only barrier. I'm not for the forge of Finland at all. And what you can see, Finland, Finland is a country. And the whole world where rules and regulations in Asia. And all that the protocol ka Finland they follow international this thing. They must do that. Now you all know about also Nigeria and the Finland. Finland I have to put on Nigeria on. Or take Nigeria do Finland awkward. Come on, but I'll make it represent the European Union. Now European Union they don't care. Now Finland they can never when we can see ignore European Union. They will do the needful. Needful and they basically tell you hammer email about Tobie. Arrest or anything on that area because hence that now we can't communicate with him, he can't talk to us or arrest. On a be on an armor, hence the Maya no new to say no new. Oh, yeah, that the Akaji. So I trail investigation. Eburia is not the Maraketa. No, but Toby, only if my play on now. Cherecambia. Even no man that's now but Toby. Even no man that's not but Toby. Even no man that's not but Toby. Even man of poesy who always say that in Finland. Na Finland, so Finland must do the needful. May family so that came investigation. I'm going on as many accused Kanko. You watch if this our lawyer also that na Kedi for the same thing the Yaba came over to be go see how deal. That was serious deal. It was the deal, and in the deal, this okay, killing and do group here. I want to for and also, and the Joy Ulobi. I can Joy Ulobi because my Joy Ulobi alliance to Joy Ulobi is alliance to Ambazonia. Nana connected the dot. Joy Ulobi out on Afo. That woman, you want too much because our alliance only is able to heat. Would that teach Ayaba? And the same thing, or can I just Kedi in Bataliano? Because I know just see about Toby Katamaka, terrorists in Danina Puchana, but here just see this money laundry. And the Kuchina one up to being Kemaya Battalion in Awiche. He would go. Don't need to know I delay. But no matter the delay, also had delay, or you but Toby Pota. At least told you go. One ten naka, one thing that I declare a Biafra. Then we see about move. Our chief of staff, then I continue that place. So, more for the reason why I, you believe or honor. I check Z. I can check Zakebe. I am not panic. I don't panic like that because if I panic like that, a mother na oh yeah, my health so too much. If I go do or many no matter na Nigeria Diego, Finland will do so they do something according to the law. As no oye, I am sure that na if Finland ye benefit na ka Nigeria ya ka ye benefit na ka Biafra na ona hanyela ya ka wote Biafra. I am
every day, see as the money they pile, stress and hustle, bye bye. Thanks they got my back, so when I hear beat, I know.
Biafra. I am sure Finland is a king in a Biafra land. Finland is a king in a Biafra land. No matter anything, Finland will bodo me pela uso. Europe the only country me pela uso of Finland. Britain me pela uso Finland me pela. Why no one the mazin na the canon ever? The answer is no. The only people who will keep at you be away mela no matter man that no now mind the kind of dangerous Nigeria. Man how do as well na me pela uso. Onwere obodo ya wọwụrụ ata ka ejidere ọbata obi ihe a Biafra mere na befafa kansụl ọnya ọnwụ na bịa Finland chika say ha ya do only so that never apply I bet declare that Biafra na befa is enough una say after na ha dey compromised for anything ihe a na-eme ha kwesịrị ime enwere law na guide the whole world. And everybody ọba na ọda na nke gị ọnwụ na-ejechi ije na ọbata obi eturu ugo wepụta gwa ha akwụkwọ Nigerian gọọmenti ya akwụ ezigbote ụgwọ na ya damage then we pay highly ụgwọ ha ya akwawa ọkwa obere ụgwọ o nwebụ onye mmadụ onye Afrịka ejikwa na Finland amam na ọdịse onye amam afọ obodo a na Afrịka eji na Finland. As na about a minute that no woman like abuse. Keda for this, although Jesus, okay, no Jesus, no, not Jesus. Keda this, although, hey, who know what he keeps a trend in Africa, no logo. Analyze what talk on Africa, which all balls, or don't call Finland, they call one a GDA. On along got to a year and in Finland. It makes you happy. Or your boss of Finland now claim more damage. So, all that say this man, and all Finland, Georgia, if a man in Africa, if a man in Africa. Ozzy, Abatobi, Buna, Abatobi is a city, Finland citizen, Abatobi, no so Finland citizen. No, Omotala, and the Umotala now was also one good. So one good Omotana Finland is enough. Can you feel like agwa papa na ona habu na ọbata obi egbuo unu che ebe a unu echekwa n'ebe a unu anazi na echiche one way awari na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and nke ọbata obi awụrụ the same thing ọnwụ na awari na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ejewe hụ Kenya ibe ayele ebe awari na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Britain ha agbara ya Nigeria ọ dịghị possible. Or they possible. And I am a oh, that's Kenya who jewel. Africa and Africa with the same thing. Nigeria and Kenya with the same thing. Corrupt country. So nature just no one so. And on our woman is boutique. On our woman is weak. And another thing to you biko. Only one need the well ajuju. Oh ya ju. Adugum tired. If on the phone ajuju. Our chief of staff na be alive from all na fundraising anytime anywhere on Africa. Una batana Zoom. Jua ya anything no chọrọ eji ya. O ya aza ya ọ na-aza. No question no one chọrọ jụọ ya. E mana no that thing na-enye gị nsogbu because eji go do me e menye gị the answer. Una unu si no maka mo kwa da ndebe na ndegere si I don't know nothing. Egwubugo me before. I am kwe mo ibe una tina. Even Basala Batobi, Bemano is like in Gugwe Ketchi, Ketchamon, me fed in me. Oya Goya, Anaka, so go is me a couple. Anama Juzi or Guinea. So, because only one of my Junated with information from me. Neither Basala, case of Batobi, case AJ, case and all under my position. Only on a position now, our chief of staff. Only was supposed to 6 hours yesterday. Uno batu ne wenyaka joya anything no one na-enye gị nsogbu about ọbata obi case. All you're right. Ịjụ ya wa ajụjụ. Anyị nọ na democracy. Ọ dị onye ajụ gị in a way you may understand. Because ajụjụ is like ajụjụ I don't know not mụ na ajụkwu ajụ mụ na onwe na ajụkwu. What is going on? Otu anyị si ajụ ya ka mụ na onwe m si ajụkwu ya. Because our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, I know information about him. Can you over to be on Finland? So because no one anything no one chọrọ ịma basala over to be a case here akuru lawyer je protest to je protest because our chief of staff ya bịakwa nwere ike this week o nwere ike ịbịa life. Jụọ ya ajụjụ niile. Inwe ha ọbịa ha fundraising ọ na-anị ya. Bịa na fundraising, let's up your hand. Jụọ ya any question ọ nwere ịchọrọ ịjụ ya o ya aza gị ya. Biko no ụmụnne m ihe awa iyo nchọrọ iyo o nwere ife nchọrọ iplay n'ụlọ here afro m ihe a today aji maka achọ biko achọ nka o nwere ife nchọrọ o nwere okwu ọbata obi ekwuchala ebe a nwe confidence ihe a wụrụ ihe ọfụ ka mana onye dere ife abịa si na no victory for Simon Ekpadat na Finland and the truth watch kwe that is a victory mana ọ ka mma na agwala ndị mmadụ eziokwu onye dere ife a ya eche nọ na court ka ọ na-eme mana ọ na court ọ wụzikwa na court mụ nwa na onwe m ama but mụ nwa na onwe m like the program that our sister or mama onye mere ya eme ọ mama ebe o si wetie so geenụ ntị ka ụnụ n'ụlọ ife awali ọbata obie udu akọ mmiri kwuru ebe a.
Thank you. So much is riding on this election, especially for young people in Nigeria. They're desperate for change, is my view.
Ụnụ ya ga-ekwa ntị ọfụ ịma ndị ọcha
democracy.
I think undermining democracy is not the right word. Rather, promoting democracy.
So,
you give the people the choice.
When na-agwa ndị belivru n'ihe ahụ na court ka o mee ọ baghị ụlọ m nwe gbalụ n'okwu okirikiri ya eme na court ihe ahụ interview emere ya eme o nwere mbọsị o mere interview with channel television Finland mana edisfiz ewepụta interview ahụ ọbịa live I feel not the interview dị ihe if you can remember so ụmụnne m ọwụlọ na court ka ihe maka ndị maka afọ na ndị mmadụ na-akpọ m na-asị m na-asị na ọbata obi eji court na ebe aka nọ nweta destin so ihe ahụ na court ka o mee ihe ahụ mgbe e mere ya interview ihe ejichi kpọrọ ya ụnụ ka ụnụ fụ ka o si wee defend ajụjụ this man jụrụ ya hie ka ụnụ wee fụzie ka o ya esi wee demolish the zoo na court na ndị sabo ndị ụchụ.
And the choice of the Biafra people is a referendum. It's also a democratic process. So
No, not
that's not
television, no.
democracy. More accepted democratic process is when you give the people choice to decide their fate.
But they have a choice. This is an election which will be following democratic.
In Nigeria, Biafran people do not have a choice. And that is a historical problem created by the British. So everybody, as you have been a journalist with your experience and the history of Nigeria, you will agree with me that Nigeria is a mistake because of the tribal and dangerous diversity in Nigeria, which is also a destructive diversity. So when you give the people the choice to choose how they want to live, that is a true democracy. A democracy is not when you bring in the military and invade communities, burn the communities because people are protesting. You kill them. Is that democracy? Do you do that in the United Kingdom? The answer is no.
But what about your role in all this? Your tweets.
My role.
Wait a minute. Your role in all this, your tweets and your social media. Why the need for violence?
It is. Yeah.
At least 1,500 people died in the last 3 presidential election campaigns.
Was it my fault then?
And there have been deaths so far in this one too.
That's what we want to correct.
C'est le dernier dispositif de mesure de la...
Onye mere this interview. Oh my God. Amen. And on you made this interview.
Glycémie. De la tension artérielle et de l'oxygène développé par l'hôpital Pitié-Salpêtrière. Sans piqûre. Il suffit de glisser le doigt.
On you made this interview a British man. On you made this interview. And I can't.
Not continue to validate an evil entity that subject their citizens to death. So the only solution to this is to disintegrate this evil entity and allow people to make their choice so that they can develop and, practice politics in the best way possible, just like the Europeans here.
So are you justifying the violence that comes from this kind of stuff that you...
It is not, the violence is not about what I do. It is the provocation of the policy of Nigeria. Okay? So it is a long time bomb coming. So what you see happening now, Nigeria have a history of violence from the beginning of Nigeria. After independence, every election in Nigeria has witnessed violence. So it is not about me. I am here as a good guy to put an end, to have a lasting solution to the violence that have caused the life of thousands of Nigerians.
But do you not accept that some of the things that you say has engendered this kind of...
From your own perspective, you can translate it and interpret it however you want. But from my own perspective, I think I am the good guy trying to teach the people that they have a right.
So there's no blood on your hands?
There is no blood on my hands.
There's no blood, my dear.
There are more blood on those supporting the election, supporting this particular coming election. They have more blood in their hand. In Imo State, you have a governor that have invaded his own state, killed people, and why are you people not talking about that? Those are the people that have blood in their hand. All the people that have been elected in Nigeria since 1960 all have had blood in their hands, and nobody is asking a question.
Exactly.
I am just the good guy who say enough is enough. Somebody have to say something, and somebody have to do something, and we're doing it.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, not rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
In another country.
You can. Sorry?
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others. I don't want to put my life in danger because the country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
There's a bounty on
because yes, there's a bounty on my head because Nigeria, they don't, because of the Islamic agenda in Nigeria, whoever that rises up to say something that will, make the life of the people.
There is a bounty on his head. And now that they are Nigeria, they or they Finland, or this kind of thing, there is a bounty on my head. No one in Nigeria, Finland, and I happen to have to take asylum. I might no understand what is going on. Oh my God, they believe, Nigeria will go, and with money, everything can happen. No, everything can never happen. All that and everything can happen with Nigeria. Nigeria can be,